Picture this. In 2018, teens across America filmed themselves biting laundry detergent pods, literally poisoning themselves for internet fame. Meanwhile, millions embrace the flat earth theory despite centuries of scientific proof. And right now, some conspiracy is spreading faster than wildfire through social media. These aren't random acts of stupidity. They represent collective madness, sweeping populations like a virus. Why do these absurd, shallow, or dangerous ideas go viral while profound truths struggle to reach an audience? Friedrich Nietzsche had a chilling explanation over a century ago. Madness is rare in individuals, but in groups, it is the rule. Membership in a group doesn't make us wiser. It primes us for group delusions. This phenomenon is rooted in what Nietzsche called herd morality. Nietzsche didn't just diagnose mass folly, he identified its engine, herd morality. He argued that conscience often acts less like a truth-seeking compass and more like an internal social thermostat, a mechanism that punishes deviation and rewards conformity. Morality evolved to bind groups, to make behavior predictable and cooperative, not necessarily to reveal what is true. Put another way, your moral compass is an internal GPS calibrated by the tribe. That explains why viral nonsense spreads, not because it's accurate, but because it signals membership. Memes, slogans, and simplistic narratives function as tribal badges, cheap to consume, easy to repeat, emotionally satisfying. Sharing a punchy meme is rarely an argument. It's a public performance of belonging. The neurological reward of social approval routinely outcompetes the slower, riskier reward of independent thinking. Nietzsche warned that when herd instincts dominate, independent judgment withers. Once belonging becomes the primary currency, ideas are chosen for social payoff, not for truth, and shallow viral content will always outcompete subtle reasoning. But Nietzsche pushed the critique even deeper. He argued that our terror of isolation is the hidden engine driving herd thinking. In the 1950s, psychologist Solomon Asch showed just how fragile individual judgment can be. Participants faced an obvious task, matching line lengths. The correct answer was childishly simple. Yet when surrounded by actors deliberately giving wrong answers, nearly 3/4 of real subjects followed the crowd at least once, denying the evidence of their own eyes. For Nietzsche, this wasn't just a quirk, it was a revelation of human weakness. Most people never attempt to stand alone because the cost of separation feels unbearable. Our ancestors who stood apart were often expelled, and expulsion once meant death. We are literally descendants of conformists. This ancient programming still pulses in our brains. When everyone else laughs, believes, or rages, we instinctively mirror them. The herd provides safety, and safety feels truer than truth itself. But Nietzsche identified an even darker element of herd psychology, the joy people feel in tearing down anyone who dares to stand apart. He used the term ressentiment to describe this toxic resentment. It's not enough for the herd to ignore excellence, they must attack it. Look at today's culture. When someone achieves success, invents something new, or simply dares to be different, the instinct of the crowd is to mock, criticize, and hunt for flaws. Social media has turned this impulse into a weapon. Comment sections overflow with users who take real pleasure in destroying reputations. The more someone stands out, the harsher the attacks become. And here lies the paradox. Dumb ideas often go viral because they unite people around a common enemy. The experts, the elites, the know-it-alls. There's a twisted satisfaction in believing that smart people are secretly foolish, that education is worthless, and that your common sense beats years of knowledge. It's the herd's revenge against independent thought. Now let's examine why these dumb ideas are so irresistible. Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman discovered a crucial aspect of our brain's functioning: cognitive ease. This is the feeling we get when information flows smoothly through our minds without friction. Simple, familiar, and repeatedly encountered ideas feel more true than complex or novel ones. That's why clickbait headlines like, "You won't believe what this celebrity did," or "This one weird trick doctors hate work." They bypass analytical thinking entirely. Our brains interpret easy-to-process information as credible. But there's more. Psychologist Robert Cialdini introduced social proof, our tendency to copy what others do when uncertain. Seeing thousands like, share, or comment makes our brain conclude, if everyone believes it, it must be true. Combine cognitive ease with social proof, and you have the perfect recipe for viral nonsense. Easy to understand ideas accepted by many spread like a designed virus. Your brain asks, does it feel right? And do others agree? Not, is it true? That's why memes, political movements, and financial bubbles propagate faster than reality. Emotional, familiar, and socially endorsed content always wins over truth. Once we understand why some ideas go viral, it's crucial to see how emotions drive the spread. Research shows that content that triggers strong feelings, anger, fear, humor, or outrage, spreads far faster than purely informational content. Emotional reactions bond people together. Sharing laughter or collective anger strengthens social connections. Social media algorithms exploit this, prioritizing highly engaging content over truth. Posts that provoke emotions keep users scrolling, liking, and sharing, regardless of accuracy. This creates a systematic bias toward emotional manipulation. Reality is often complex, boring, and uncertain. It doesn't give the same emotional high. The ideas that spread aren't necessarily true but feel significant, giving people a sense of belonging and unity. Nietzsche highlighted this centuries ago. Humans respond to stories and feelings, not raw facts. Herd behavior amplifies emotions, creating a cycle where feelings matter more than facts. Collectively mocking a target or raging against an enemy is a ritual of tribal bonding, not an exchange of information. This is why viral nonsense can dominate over real knowledge. It's emotionally satisfying and socially rewarding. Main focus: the dangers of blind conformity and the importance of independent thinking in the age of social media. Starting point: how herd mentality affects human behavior and the psychology of the crowd. Narrative steps: references classic experiments like Solomon Asch's, showing humans' deep fear of standing alone. Introduces Nietzsche's concepts, morality as herd instinct and resentment. Explains how social media and algorithms amplify these human weaknesses. Combines modern psychology principles, cognitive ease and social proof. Demonstrates how superficial emotional ideas go viral and mock the elites. Sentence structure and style: short, impactful sentences for emphasis. Mix of data, real-life examples, and social media trends. Creates urgency and real-life danger for the audience. Conclusion: Nietzsche's warning: ignoring independent thought leads to mediocrity and cultural decay. Encourages cognitive resistance and embracing uncertainty. Viral techniques and engagement. Starts with bizarre, shocking examples, laundry pods, flat earth. Creates a sense of threat and urgency. Directly engages the audience. What will you do? Uses contrast. Herd versus individual. Comfort versus struggle. Reality versus feelings.